A class of 8th graders returns from PE class where they had been playing a number of different games with various kinds of balls. Their daily studies continue with mathematics.
I have a question.
Good, Ashara, what is your question?
If I dropped the same object from different heights, would it bounce to different heights?
Good question, Ashara. What do you think would happen?
I think that, the higher you drop the ball from, the higher the bounce will be.
If the object is one that bounces.
I think that is a good hypothesis, Ashara. So how could we test this hypothesis here?
We could use a golf ball. Those bounce pretty well. If we drop it from different heights we could then measure how far it bounces after each drop.
That sounds like an excellent experiment to test our hypothesis.
Students were given 8 set heights to drop the ball from. Then they dropped a golf ball from each of those heights and measured how high the ball bounced back up. This is the scatter plot the students made to display their collected data.
Now that we have collected some data in our experiment, what does the data tell you? Does it support our hypothesis?
We can see from the data that it is true that the higher the ball was dropped, the farther up it bounced. It also looks like the points, kind of, follow a line.
Very good. I agree, that is what our data indicates. What if we wanted to predict the height that the ball will bounce from a different height that we didn't measure? Could we put a line over this graph that could help us predict other bounce heights of the golf ball?
How would we do that?
I have an idea.
The teacher passes out an uncooked piece of spaghetti to each student in the class.
Place the spaghetti on the graph in a way that best fits the data. Be aware of your thoughts as you decide where to place the line on the graph.
The teacher moved about the room, asking the students where they placed their line of best fit, and why.
So, I think this one should go in the middle, also because on each side there is 4 different points. So it may show that, the average bounce height versus the drop height throughout the middle. So, I think that best represents the data.
For my line of best fit, I put the line through the first point and the last point.
For my line of best fit, I think that the line should be in the middle of the highest and the lowest points because that's like the average.
Alright, so when I have it here, there's 2 dots on the spaghetti, so if I move it slightly I get 3, almost 3. Or 4 actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, sorry.
Alright, it looked to me like you were holding this corner down here in place, and just moving the other end, is that right?
Yes.
Why did you hold this end in place?
I wanted to make it a direct variable, where it starts at 0, 0. Cause if you don't drop it, then it's not going to go up.